What are entrepreneurship qualities? The qualities of an entrepreneur can vary, but for me these are key. 1. You have a hard time accepting the status quo. The status quo may be just fine at times, but often progress is stalled as new ideas are quelled when people are not willing to push innovation. If you have the feeling inside or an idea that could revolutionize a department at your company or change your industry and push progress forward, you may have a driving entrepreneur burning inside. Many times people are afraid to change the status quo because that's what's accepted. Status quo is what allows many people to feel accepted as part of the group. Those who often question it are often seen as the rebels or outsiders. Those who do step outside the pack, though, are the ones who drive the future. 2. You think you could do better. Even at my first job out of the college, I always thought I could do better than those ahead of me. It may have been short-sighted, but I had a competitive drive burning inside. It's that competitive drive inside, the feeling that you can do better than your competitors, that drives the entrepreneur to compete and become successful. There's no way you can always be better than others, but it's that competitive instinct combined with the willingness to put in the effort that often is the spark that leads to entrepreneurial success. 3. A low tolerance for poor quality work. Now it's understandable if you have brand new employee or a trainee make a mistake. It happens, but those who are entrepreneurs quickly understand that poor quality work cannot be tolerated. Those who are lazy, take shortcuts and look for a way to get by will never succeed in the entrepreneurial world. Driven entrepreneurs demand perfection, or at least the best effort, by trying hard at all times. Working hard and always striving for perfection are key indicators of a success blueprint. 4. Always coming up with new ideas and ways of thinking to improve things. If you are always thinking of new ideas and being creative, you have a trait that's vital to being an entrepreneur. If you are finding new ways to look at a problem, solve an issue, or improve upon a current method, you have another key trait of an entrepreneur. If you're a person who wants to bring positive change and find yourself thinking about ways to bring about new and exciting solutions, then you are on the right path towards success. 5. Able to learn new concepts fast. Now, if you have the ability to learn and gain new concepts quickly, even in areas or topics that you may not be familiar with, then that is a key indicator you may be built for business. In business, things change rapidly with so many different things being thrown at you. But, if you have the ability to gain a basic understanding of various concepts quickly while being able to properly delegate to appropriate people, you have yet another success trait. 6. An entrepreneur also needs to be a leader that is able to inspire and get people energized about whatever the company's core mission, product, or vision is. Enthusiasm can be contagious, and if you have that burning leadership inside, that can go a long way to driving your business success. The one best quality? How about 3? I have found through coaching hundreds of managers, the top 3 things that help those who lead others are: 1. Remain open. As you begin to get a sense that you are different, things are just going to be different for you. Stay open. Rather than dismiss, I can hear my friends in the background of my past. That'll never work, it's hopeless, we'll never get out of this place. Believe your own intuition, not the crowd. Be curious. When you read a book, an article, think maybe. Don't write anything off. No one really knows where the treasure is buried, especially your treasure. Know that there is always more working than what we can see. You can't see gravity, but it's working, count on it. 2. Have patience. You have to know that things will happen. Maybe not on your timetable, but things are happening and your life will unfold and blossom. As you will hear me say repeatedly, self-management is underrated. No one will give you credit for enduring patience. You give yourself credit. Move away from relying on others for accolades and approval. 3. Persistence. This is your resolve, your energy to persevere, the dogged confidence to believe yourself, not society or the masses. When I coach people, the energy behind their strategy is the most important part. Even though it's in the background, it's the driving force. Do you see how this works? The strategy is really an overlay over what you know for sure, and the openness, patience, and persistence, the energy you bring to the effort, is crucial. People often don't understand why they fail, but if you look at this from a broad perspective and analyze it carefully. You'll see there is no lack of ideas, no lack of strategies, just look at all the books out there. We have the internet, which has more free information on how you can be more successful than anything that ever existed in history. And yet, are people more successful than ever? Problems persist, right? It's more complex than we know. But there's a way to cut through the clutter. How? You cannot be successful if you are unhappy. Recognize that negativity leads to dissatisfaction, and that dissatisfaction leads to unhappiness. Society says negativity is normal. To you it should be abnormal, make it so. The most important quality that entrepreneurs have is cautious optimism. They have a passion for customers and buyers and spend much of their time thinking about how the buyer will respond with their products and services. They worry about the value proposition to the customer more than anyone else. They have a growth mindset and they are ready to learn and adapt to any situation. Nothing is fixed and permanent. They can undertake any and every role and do not get burdened by any titles. They are creative and persuasive as they find innovative approaches to solve problems that others are willing to live with and do nothing. Once they define their vision, they are resolute and committed to the purpose. They are very skilled in navigating with different relationships, such as customers, employees, investors, co-founders, community, friends and family. They are able to persist with setbacks and see problems as opportunities for improvement. Finally, they hold themselves high on expectations and personal accountability.